What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's Monday night. It's another episode of Monday Night Tip-Off. So welcome back. This is a special episode. This is the in-season tournament edition of Monday Night Tip-Off. The reason for that is because the first two quarterfinal games happen on Monday. The next two happen on Tuesday. So this is a really big time. It's kind of a history type of thing for the NBA. So I figured why not make a whole episode about it so we can dive into the first two matchups on Monday, then the next two matchups on Tuesday. So let's dive straight in to the first matchup on Monday. It's the Celtics at the Pacers. It's on TNT, man, at 7:30. It's going to be an awesome game, highlight-filled game. Some notes on the Celtics side. Kristaps Porzingis is out once again. They're really taking the time getting him back on that left calf strain, which is good. I'm fine. I'm happy with. On the Pacers side, Tyrese Halliburton will be playing. We talked about the matchup that they had earlier on in the year where the Celtics won by almost 50. Maybe it was even more than 50, but they didn't have Tyrese Halliburton, and he is a big piece to make that team go. He's been balling recently too, man. Just assist to turnover ratio is insane. He's scoring a lot of points, shooting the ball really well. So this is going to be a really fun game. But the homer in me, the homer in me's got to take the Celtics to the semifinals to play whoever comes out of the East on Tuesday. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But to stay on Monday night, Pelicans Kings. We talked about this matchup a little bit earlier on in the week, but this is going to be a really fun, exciting game, man. Two younger teams playing fast paced. Kings obviously a little bit more so. Uh, but I think that this game is going to be really fun, really entertaining to watch. It's also on TNT. It's a 10 o'clock start time, which sucks for a Monday after a long, hard day at work. It's everybody's got the case of the Mondays. And so it sucks that it's at 10 o'clock. But if you're an NBA fan, you're probably going to stay up and watch it. Me personally, I'm going to take the Kings. I think it's going to be a really fun, high scoring game. But I think the Kings take a big dub and move on to face what will be the winner of the Suns Lakers. Obviously, that'll be on Tuesday night. It's the 10 o'clock game because it's the West Coast game. We all know how this works. But let's first and foremost talk about the Eastern Conference matchup on Tuesday night between the Bucks and Knicks. Now, this is going to be a really fun game, I think, as well. I think the NBA couldn't be happier with the matchups they got for this first ever quarterfinals in the in-season tournament. This one's at Milwaukee. The Knicks take on the Bucks. And so for me personally, I'll be looking at a couple of things, but the main thing I want to be watching is the point guard play for both teams. Can Jalen Brunson continue his awesome season? We know what he's going to do. He's a great on the ball creator of plays. We know what he can do. Damian Lillard on the defensive end has struggled a lot this year, as we all know. This is nothing new. So I think that's one thing to watch. The other thing I'm going to be watching is how the Bucks play defense. Are they going to continue that drop coverage with Brook Lopez? They went away from it. I think they're trying to go back to it now. The new head coach for Milwaukee has struggled trying to take over and implement his own strategy on the defensive end, but I think he's letting the players take more and more back over and try to get back to what they did last year. Obviously, it's hard to do that when you don't have Drew Holiday, an all-star point guard who is on the defensive side, one of the best on-ball defenders. But I think they're trying to get back to that. Also, another thing I want to be watching is Julius Randle. When he's on, he is so good. But when he struggles or when he's not happy or when he's just in a slump, he's a hard basketball player to watch. I think we all know that by now. We know what he is. But man, I hope that we get a good Julius Randle game so that way this game is more fun. But still, I'm going to take Milwaukee. I think we have Milwaukee Boston in the semifinals of the first ever in season tournament. Moving on to the Western Conference matchup between the Suns and Lakers, Bron and KD. Boy, I mean, this is going to be fun. This is, I think, why the NBA is going to be so happy with the way these matchups turned out. You've got stars everywhere. You've got young stars. You've got the two old vets who are still balling out at this late in their career. It's so crazy to watch. In this game, I think I lean towards the Suns more. In the power ranking videos I put out a couple days ago, I feel like I contradicted myself a bit. The links for those will be in the description as well. The NFL and the NBA power rankings. Make sure you go hit those up. But I feel like I contradicted myself a bit. I think the Suns are playing well. Obviously, they're missing Bradley Beal, and I think when the team is built around the three pillars like that, you have to have all three to be at the full strength. But man, they're playing really good without Bradley Beal, and I misjudged that. So that's on me. I might have to move them up in next week's or the week after edition of the power rankings. But I think they're playing really well even without Bradley Beal. The Lakers are just so up and down. I still feel that they're a star away or like an Alex Caruso away. That could be a big trade candidate for them. I just feel like they're missing some continuity. Jared Vanderbilt still hasn't played for them, I believe. I heard that yesterday. And for me, I think the Suns move on just for those kind of mismatches that they can create on the offensive side of the ball, and just being able to score more than the Lakers is kind of what I'm leaning on. But you can't count out LeBron. You know, people have been trying to count out LeBron his whole career, and here he is in year 21, almost 40 years old, and still balling. Like it's just insane. So, but for me personally, I am going to have to take bet against LeBron. Give me crap in the comments. Inevitably he probably wins. He wins everything, but I'm going to take the Suns, and that gives us a Eastern Conference matchup of the Bucks Celtics and a Western Conference matchup of the Suns and Kings. If this happens, I think that we get a really, really fun matchup on both ends. You'll have to let me know who you think's win those matchups. If I had to go off of anything right now, I would take the Celtics and the Suns to meet in the first ever in-season tournament finals. We'll talk about that when it happens, if it happens, and then we'll talk about it, obviously, whatever the matchups end up being in the next couple of episodes. But I just wanted to make a short, quick episode about this. Also wanted to say a few things. Thank you guys so much for continuing the support of the channel. Make sure you hit all the links down in the description and turn on post notifications. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I think that's about it. Keep up with the TikTok because I've been posting a little bit more content on there, trying to grow the YouTube channel as well as the TikTok channel. I'm trying to use the TikTok as a tool to get more people over to the YouTube channel. It's worked a little bit. We've got a couple new people that have subscribed and commented on some videos. So I appreciate you guys. But yeah, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and give all the links in the description a follow. And I'll catch you guys on the midweek check-in. Peace out.